Hello FPL managers, welcome back to the channel. This is a team selection video for Gameweek 12 and I will also discuss the wildcard draft in this video for all of you using the chip. Initially I decided to do two separate videos of wildcard and the final team, but I'm under the weather and pretty sick, so I apologize for the low voice too in this video already. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and enjoy the fantasy content on the channel every week. Once I reach 500 subs, I'll start the Q&A sessions each week, making the fantasy games easier and clearer for all of you. Let's start with the wildcard draft first. No graphical work this time, just because of the tough schedule and my health, but I'll brief you on each and every pick I have in this draft. Starting with the goalkeeper first, I have picked up Guetta over Ramsdale. This is just because he's 4.6 million and has some good fixtures coming up. Of course, he doesn't guarantee clean sheets, but the set of fixtures look promising. Crystal Palace has evolved pretty well under the new manager and they have now kept 2 clean sheets in the previous 2 game weeks, including a fixture against Man City. Last they lost a game was against Liverpool in game week 5. This really shows the form they are in. I won't completely omit Ramsdale here, but the fixtures run is currently pretty tough for Arsenal as they will be facing the top sides of Premier League in the upcoming game weeks. Foster is the second keeper in the side. He's very cheap and is a starter. Rarely would you need your second keeper in the starting 11, and if that happens, at least you would have a playing keeper on the bench who sometimes may save a penalty and get you good points. He did get penalty saving points against Arsenal and some managers benefited from that. Now moving on to the defense, I've opted to go with 3 premium defenders. Trent is a player who will come up with attacking returns week in and week out. He's on set pieces, so chances of assists do increase as he is a perfect crosser of the ball. He has 4 assists, 6 big chances and 78 crosses under his tally. His price is justified with the game he plays. Cancelo is another attacking wingback. The City defender assisted twice in the Premier League in his last fixture and has created 1 big chance overall. He's not as attacking as Trent, but City defenders usually guarantee clean sheets. Reece James is another sensational wingback who has scored 4 goals this season. For a defender, he's very clinical. He has also 3 assists and 3 big chances created under his tally. Another premium defender, but worth the price due to some good attacking returns. Just like Man City, Chelsea are also a strong defensive side, thus clean sheet points at the very least. Reece James has been rotated more than the other 2 defenders in the team, and that is a risk attached with him. Omobamidele is just in to ease up the budget. He has been playing recently due to some injury issues, and surprisingly he also netted in a goal versus Leeds. Now the 5th defender Tariq Lamptey is a cheap attacking wingback. He is pretty threatening with his runs and has the ability to score and assist. Although he's injury prone, but all of you who have watched him can agree he's a great threat with his attacking skills. He has made 13 crosses this season. I have very carefully picked out these midfielders, focusing on the form and the set of fixtures, and they according to me are good long-term assets. Mo Salah is omitted from the discussion as he is an essential. Starting the discussion with Trossard, who is playing as a striker from the previous 2 game weeks for Brighton. He is a good potential option at this price. And the fixtures he has, Villa, Leeds, Southampton and Wolves are some good tempting fixtures. He is also on the penalty duties. He has 3 goals and 1 assist this season. Gallagher, as I talked about in my previous video on the budget midfielders, is a popular pick, as a lot of managers are opting to transfer him in game week 12. He looks pretty sharp in the Crystal Palace midfield. 4 goals and 2 assists is quite impressive. From game week 12 to game week 20, the only tough fixture he has is Man United, so he's definitely a long-term pick if he continues his current form. Phil Foden has been featuring in City's 11 for a while now. I think it might be time to invest in him as he looks to be safe from Pep Roulette. On his day, he's unstoppable and returns big. Since game week 6, he has been playing a full 90 minutes and has scored 3 goals and assisted twice since then. Foden is more of a mid-ranger pick. His good form can be benefited to extract some good amount of points. Norman is another cheaper option to free up the budget. He'll usually be on the bench, but he is a starter for Norwich and has 1 goal and 1 assist this season. This season we've really had forward crisis and things are not at ease yet. Harry Kane remains my first choice in forwards despite of the bad run he is having this season. The set of fixtures he has looks tempting and he is expected to return in these easy fixtures. Although I've considered Ronaldo too, but right now he's very costly and I cannot allocate the budget. My advice would be to buy Kane and hold him for the good run of fixtures. Wilson, like I discussed in the video of forwards to buy, he is still the top scorer of Newcastle. He is the main man at Newcastle and is on penalty duties too. His set of fixtures include Burnley, Norwich and Brentford, and all 3 of them have been sloppy in defense. So these fixtures can be targeted in the upcoming game weeks. The 3rd forward is our very own Tony, who is expected to return every week and he blanks each week. He still has some decent fixtures ahead and I want to hold him for a game week or 2. So this was my wildcard draft. You are free to suggest changes in the comments below. Let's look at my team selection in the transfer for Gameweek 12. Ramsdale continues to be the man in goal for my side. He faces a tough Liverpool side in Gameweek 12. Although Liverpool has some injury issues, but they are a side who has some good and potential substitutes. Thus, they have an edge over Arsenal in this game week. Not a points returning fixture, but Ramsdale still has 5 clean sheets, so anything could happen. Trent Alexander-Arnold went on the international break with some tremendous returns as he scored a goal and assisted one. He's definitely a player with potential to return big and has the most expected goal involvement than any other defender in the Premier League. He is still not owned by majority, thus his returns would be very good for the ranks. Just like Trent, Cancelo has been exceptional too. He left on the international duty with 2 league assists in Gameweek 11. Surprisingly, he has not been rotated yet and has become a starter. Usually clean sheet points are 90% confirmed in City's fixture due to a solid backline. Attacking returns by Cancelo are always the cherry on top. Everton has been a sloppy defensive side, so it is expected of him to register attacking returns. For the third defender, I have a choice. I could either go with Duffy or Ben White. Ben White has returned clean sheets in a good amount of fixtures, and benching him a couple of times before has ended up hurting me. But in this case, I really prefer the Villa fixture of Duffy. Duffy has registered attacking returns in the past, thus he is capable to do so. Though a clean sheet will not be easy to maintain for Brighton, with Sanchez missing in goal, but let's expect some good points from Duffy. Moving on to the midfield, Salah is the first one in and also the captaincy pick for the week. He is the player with most FPL points and has been very consistent. It's very hard to look past him, especially with his potential and the capabilities he can single-handedly destroy opponents. Now with some of the mains missing at Liverpool, I've decided to keep Jota. He would still be a big differential in my side as he is less owned. Hopefully he could return in this fixture and the ranks would end up getting a huge boost. Rafinha has been in top form for a while now. Some fixtures he was just unlucky not to return attackingly. The fixture against Spurs is not as easy as the other ones, especially with Spurs now managed by Conte. But with his skills, he would definitely test the defenses. As for my transfer, Gallagher comes in to replace out of form Sarr. I've already talked about Gallagher a lot and the good run of fixtures he has. Hopefully I won't have to transfer him out till game week 20 with nothing but some tempting fixtures in between. Moving on to the forwards, the wait with Harry Kane continues as he failed to score yet again in game week 11. He looks certainly more involved than his previous game weeks. Leeds is a good fixture to find his lost form back as Leeds have only kept 1 clean sheet so far this season. Harry Kane surprisingly is also among the differentials this season. Jimenez faces a tough West Ham side and things do not look good for him in the future too. With a tough set of fixtures of course, he has returned in some games after a good wait, but certainly he's not a good long-term pick now. I've decided to give Tony a chance or two, hoping he might return against the weaker defenses he's about to face in the upcoming game weeks. I hope he doesn't fail the 22.1% managers who own him this time. So this was my team selection for Game Week 12. If you enjoy the content I post here, please subscribe to the channel and help me reach 500 subs this year. Your suggestions are always welcomed. Furthermore, you could always come up and talk to me for any fantasy tips and picks on my Twitter handle. This is it from my side. Thank you for watching.